Hi, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you've joined me today. I know this is a surprise. I've been doing several videos today to catch up because I had technical difficulties yesterday trying to get some done. So February 29th is a hard deadline for these designer series paper flight and airy cards that I've designed. I've designed like 13 or so cards and had several classes with them and still have one coming up on Thursday night. So I'm excited that you've tuned in, and whether you're watching live on YouTube or live on Facebook or you're watching on the replay, I am happy to have you any which way. So please let me know when you come on. If you would let me know who you are and where you're from. And if you're a demonstrator or if you've been doing Stampin' Up! A while, just kind of let me know a little about you. I'd love to know. Just stay tuned and we will go through this collage technique that we'll be playing with the flight and airy. That is just an amazing designer series paper that has so many different color combinations that you could really bring out such a different variety of occasions for these cards, colors and occasions. So tonight I'll be working with the flight and airy paper. And this is free with a $50 order all the way through Thursday, February 29th. So I'm glad you've tuned in. We're going to be playing with that and a lot of different colors well, quite a few different colors. And then we've got a couple of different stamp sets, and hopefully they're listed all in the supplies that are right below the video. If you click on more or see more, it should tell you what the supplies are and actually link you to my store if you'd like to purchase some of these Stampin' Up! Products, because that is how I make a living. So I appreciate your support of my small business. And if you would use the host code that's at the bottom of the screen, that would be awesome. That really helps me out a lot. So we'll be using one of the dies, this gorgeous die from the Gorgeously Made bundle. And we'll be using this stamp. And I think that's the only stamp out of this set. Then we'll also be using the Notes of Nature and the Lovely and Sweet, both of these stamp sets, which are part of the Nature Sweetness suite that's in the mini catalog that will be expiring at the end of April. So you've got a little while on that one to make your decisions on which suites and bundles and all that you want to purchase. So hopefully I can give you a little inspiration tonight and make you want to create this card or a similar card with products that you have. So we will jump right in and make a card. How fun is that? I'm going to put these, remind me, these are going to be back in my envelope so I don't lose them. Okay. Thank you again for tuning in, and please share with your crafty friends. Would love to have exposure with more folks on YouTube and Facebook to expand my reach. Here we go. We're doing a bubble bath cardstock base, and this is your typical 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And I just made all of these cards. Since I made like 13 cards, I tried to make them, instead of making fun folds, we just made simple folds and then kind of a little more elaborate on some of the card stamping. And this one is one of those. It takes a bit. So we'll see how we can do it in this little limited space right here. I'm used to being spoiled and having a big craft room area to do this in. So I probably need some grid paper really quickly. Hold on a moment. Get some out of my stash. Some scratch paper. Sorry about that. It's quite loud on the microphone. Okay. See if we can get this all in here. I kind of changed where my camera is last night, and after I had the difficulties, and don't have it all totally settled back. Okay, on the cardstock, we're going to use that stamp that I told you from the Masterfully Made Suite or Gorgeously Made bundle that is in the annual catalog. And we're going to use Bubble Bath ink. And since this stamp is larger than the pad, we're going to take the pad to the stamp rather than vice versa like we usually do. Okay, and we're just going to make a fun little border all the way around. Just kind of get it close to the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is part of that kind of collage stamping look. It's kind of vintagey, kind of shabby chic, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to turn it, go this way, and it can overlap. That's just fine. No big deal. The stamp is kind of long, so it is going to do that on the ends. And we're not on our stamping pad, which would be a better idea. Although it's working okay since this is a cling stamp. I mean a red rubber stamp. Yeah, cling instead of photopolymer. So it does have some cushion. Normally I use my big Stampin' Pierce mat on everything. And we're going to do this on the outside and on the inside. I'm going to turn that, make that go in that little corner. Then I'm going to do the other end up here so it looks a little different. Okay. Then if you want to even do that on the back, you can. But I'm definitely going to do it on the inside. Let's get back over here where you can see better. Same thing right along the edge. Doesn't have to be accurate. Hope y'all are having a great day. It has been busy working on blog posts and videos for me. I did take a break and took a walk around our neighborhood, which is so nice to have a park close by to walk in. Walked a little around the park, walked a little around the hood. It was quite fun. I sure did need the exercise. I sit too much. Hard to fix that sometimes is when you're in a crafting habit. And thank y'all for tuning in. Again, please let me know in the comments who you are and where you're from, and if you're a demonstrator or if you've been stamping a while, just kind of a little something to know about you. I'll stamp that there too. And I think that's it on that. So we're going to put our little white piece in here, and then we're going to have this on the outside. Now we're going to work on our let me swap this really quickly on our little Stampin' Chamois. And I will start some of this collage stamping. We're going to use boho blue. And we're using, like I said, several of the stamp sets stamps from the stamp set Notes of Nature, and one from the Lovely and Sweet. So we're going to get our pad out here now. I think we'll just do that instead of the big one. If anybody has any questions, please be sure and ask, and I will try to watch for comments and questions as we go. And I'm doing this field note stamp along the edge here, kind of top left. Hopefully that dries a little lighter. I must have stamped off on the last one and not realized it. Okay, we're going to leave the boho blue out. I am going to leave some of this grid full strength, and then do a little bit stamped off and overlapping the other. And I think we'll do some splatters. We could do splatters in both, I think. I'm going to do some little flowers. That was boho blue. I think we'll do some splatters in boho too. Keep getting my shirt hung up on my drawer knob here. Don't want to disrobe here accidentally. Okay, we're going to do some bubble bath and just kind of sporadically everywhere. That's really light, so it's barely going to show. But I like to have some splatters, especially over the blue there. That makes a little more interest. And a lot of this will be covered up with the birds. And then I may try a fresh freesia. Let's see how this does. I'm just going to set that aside and try the fresh freesia with the little flowers here. I like that. And like I said, it's fine to overlap. That's what we're playing with, is a collage technique. Okay. This one's going to be a little bolder than the other one. It was kind of soft. Okay, now let's see what else we're going to do. I think we're going to do some more blue. I'm going to do a little, I think we've done enough with the fresh freesia with that. We're going to get back our boho blue and do this little gauzy kind of a thing. And I'm going to stamp that on first generation a couple times and then stamp off a time or two. And I think we're pretty good to go. We need a few splatters in blue. Okay, I think we're pretty good to go there. Boho blue, bubble bath, and fresh freesia. Fun little combination, right? Have y'all tried that one before? It's just amazing with this DSP that there are this many different color combinations, because I've done several cards in pecan pie and garden green, which are really deep, rich colors. And then this one is so soft. And let's see, am I going to put that on the inside? No, I'm not. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these. I will get my sleeve in them for sure if I don't. So please be sure and ask any questions you have. I'm happy to help you. And if you need any product information or try to put together a list of what you want so you can earn the Designer Series paper for free, I'll help you with that. If you're interested in a big order and would like to get a discount, I can tell you how to join my team and be a demonstrator. You don't have to do like I am and do videos or anything like that. You can just get the discount. Okay, we've got that. I guess we'll go ahead and finish the front. I really want to go ahead and stamp on the inside. Why don't we do that? I'm going to show you these little birds. We're going to use the same two birds on the front that I used on this card. We'll face those together. And they all came in a paper that has a little bit of background around them. It's easy to fussy cut these, really easy. You just go around the edge and leave a little bitty border, little white border. Doesn't have to be perfect. You've just, this watercolor look is easy. It's not perfect itself, so nobody would ever know if your line is straight or not, and because their watercoloring is very fluid. Fluid fluent would be language, right? And not flowing like water does. Fluid. Okay, and I don't know that we're going to keep these little feet on because we haven't had any of this color so far anywhere else. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to like it. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to keep the, not monochromatic, but duotone, I guess, with the blues and purples. Just stick to that. Or what I'm going to do, we're going to see. But if I have this on the inside, I thought he would be cute. Kind of like that. We may leave them. It's not a big deal. It's kind of down there at the bottom. And then we're going to put, thanks for making me smile. And I'm going to do that in Misty Moonlight. And I usually try to put opposite corners. See if I can move this over and still see. Y'all still see. I'm going to put thanks for making me smile in Misty Moonlight up here in this corner. And I just think it, whoops, I think the darker shows up a little better as a greeting. Sometimes, even though you're not matchy-matchy with the boho blue on front, I think we'll be happier with the greeting if it's stamped a little darker. It's still in the same color family, so it will work just great. Okay, what am I looking for now? I am going to put, I guess I'm going to just leave that just a little note on the front and leave that. I think that pairs okay with the thanks for making me smile, don't you? Hopefully. There's so many things you can do with stamping. It's just so much fun. All right, I'm going to put this back before it sticks to something somewhere it doesn't belong. And I'm going to take this one off and use this. Just a little note to say hello. And that's what we're going to put on our front. And I'm going to put it kind of to the left there. I think that'll work. And then we're just going to cut it off at an angle. I'm not sure what it's called, but I've done it a lot and seen it a lot. All right. And I think that's all we need to do with that one, the Misty Moonlight. We might, kind of thinking we need a little bit of the boho blue down at the bottom here. Let's move this. See if I can do this without getting my sleeve in here. We're just going to have some ground for that little bird to sit in. How about that? And then go over just a little more with the stamped off. Might need just a bit of the regular here. There we go. Make that extend a little further. And then I was thinking about maybe doing some pink splatters or that pink, like the little gauze kind of stamp. I don't know if it's netting or gauze or what it is really. Or if it really matters. Probably not. Okay, we've got our splatters. Let's see how we like our little bird. If I haven't lost him, here he is. Okay, this is the inside that we're working on. Yeah, I think we need a little bit of pink there. I think we're going to make sure that's clean because I used blue on it earlier. See if anybody has any questions. Thank you all again for tuning in, whether you're watching live or on the replay. I'm happy to have you and happy to answer any questions. We're going to use a little bit of this stamp over that, I think. Very subtle. I like it. You can probably barely see that on the air, but it's there, and it gives it a little texture and interest, I think. Okay, so I think we're good to go with our little bird on the inside. We're going to glue him down. I don't think the feet are too distracting. It's not a... Usually I like to repeat the colors and not just have one color in one spot, but I think it's okay here so that he's on the ground, and those are his cute little feet. And you could use liquid glue on this, or you could use Stampin' Seal, whatever you want on the inside. And this just kind of fits inside that border. Kind of even if you can get it that way. Isn't that cute? Yay! That does make you smile, doesn't it? That little bird, he's cute. Okay, now we're ready to put our front together. And we're going to wrap our ribbon around here before we put our goodies on. And I've got some bubble bath ribbon. Let me give this another go with the bone folder here, see if I can flatten that down a little better. Now it's laying flat for me. Okay, Stampin' Seal. And need my little silicone mat for gluing. We're going to glue to the back of this. That's the top. So here we go. We're going to put this toward the bottom. And I think on this one it was popped up, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue this one flat, and we'll see which one we like the best. Whoops. Kind of not at the right angle there. There we go. Okay. Now I'll get our little ribbon wrapped around. Kind of low here. How low can you go? All right. That'll hold that until we get ready. Try to get that straight. I've found it looks a little straighter from the front if you get it straight on the back too. So, okay, we're going to take this and chop that. And if you want to get that even, the angle even, like this, and do it the opposite over here, you can take your same piece of paper, piece of cardstock, line that up, and whack that off, and you have a matching ends there. Okay. I think before we stick that on, we're going to kind of audition everything. Now that we've got our ribbon on, let's go ahead. Well, I think we can go ahead and attach this. Do y'all like that raised, or do we want it flat and just have this raised? Anybody? I think we'll try it flat then, because sometimes a ribbon can come undone if you're not using Seal Plus on there, which I did not. I just use a regular seal. Sometimes that doesn't hold the ribbon as well as I would like. So we're going to use liquid glue all over the place. Make sure this stays where we want it. Okay. Glue that flat, center that in the little border that we've done. And let's figure out if we think we need both of these branches. I was kind of thinking maybe we could just do one branch and see what we think. It shows more of the collage technique if we do that. We could do the knot over here. if we wanted. I usually have to do this upside down, so I'm going to do that. Right over left. Well, I don't have enough to make a real knot, so just going to make this work. Yeah, that didn't work as well as I hoped. So let's try it from a different angle. We'll try it this side to this side. No questions yet. Looks like y'all are a quiet bunch so far. Thank you for watching. And I hope you'll share my video with your crafty friends, not just this one, but all of them. Kelly, why is this not working well? We'll see if we can double it. I should have made it a little bit longer. I was trying to stretch my ribbon. Let's see if that just looks like a big old knot. Afraid it will. But that works. It's kind of a different look than that other one. Kind of tied it a different way, but that's okay. And this one, I'm going to leave the leaves in. This is from that die that I showed you earlier from the Gorgeously Made die set. And we will, let's see if we want him sitting in there and her sitting over here. Kind of auditioning the pieces first. Do they each need their own little branch? Or this one's just sitting on the ribbon? What do you think? Anybody? Do y'all like that, or do you think we need both branches? This is cut out of the soft shimmer paper that is just beautiful. It comes with navy and fresh freesia, Lost Lagoon, berry burst. I think that's it, but I think it's 5 colors. So what do y'all think? This one looks kind of busy to me with all of that, but this one, let's see if we like this little, we can move her up a little bit. There we go. I kind of like that with the one branch. We're going to try that on this one, just for something a little different. Okay, I'm going to put just a little strip of adhesive. I've got, whoop, I thought I had some. Let's see what we have here. I think I've used just about all my edges. No, there we go. We can do that. We'll just snip that, and we're going to use this little edge right here, right at the very top. Since we've got ribbon at the bottom, we can kind of prop this up on top. And I want it kind of hanging down below the ribbon and coming up above the ribbon. We're going to need one down here too. I thought we could get by with one, but we need to straddle that. So we're going to do a little bit more and do that on the bottom. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have reached in front of the camera there. Okay, let's see if I can get this off. I didn't push it down too hard. Nope, that works. So do y'all have this DSP, or are you thinking about getting it now? If you place a $50 order with me, you'll get a PDF with all the measurements and supplies for each of the 13 plus cards that I've made with this designer series paper. I don't know why I reached over there again. I haven't ever put them over there. Don't know what possessed me. But anyway, I will, if you place a $50 order with me and use my host code that's up there, I'm happy to send you a link or an attachment with a PDF tutorial. Not a full tutorial. It's going to have all the supplies and links to all the videos with all of them. It'll have supplies and measurements, which are very important. Okay, and you could do adhesive sheets on the back of this when you initially cut this out. That would be a good idea. I'm going to kind of glue these together because I wanted y'all to see that you don't have to punch these little insides out. They can stay in if you want them to. And you can randomly have one out. Some people do a few in, a few out. I kind of usually either poke them all out, or I'm going to kind of try to glue that in where the inside will stay. I either have them all in or all out mostly. Okay, so most of those are glued down. I'm leaving the tips of these up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that, if I want to leave this bottom of that branch sticking through there or not. But I definitely want this behind her where she's kind of part of the branch detail here. And then we'll stick him or her up in here. Not exactly where I planned to put it, but that seems to work, so we're good with it. Best laid plans, right? Hope y'all are enjoying this card, and I would love to help you out with any of your stamping needs. Just feel free to contact me. I have my email address and phone and all that on my blog at createwithkelly.com. If you'd like to subscribe there, you'll find out when I'm doing videos and get all the details of what goes on a video and any sales that Stampin' Up has coming up, like Celebration that's all going on right now. And anything else? Let's see. Okay, we're going to put our flat, I believe they're flat adhesive back pearls is what those are called. Can't remember exactly, but it's something like that. It should be in the supply list right below the video. Oh, hi, Kathy. I'm glad you tuned in. Oh, thanks. I just saw this, so I hope you, oh, great. I hope you ordered, did you order with that host code so you can get this paper? You're going to get the tutorial too. If you've got a $50 order, you're just going to get a tutorial with all, not a tutorial, I would take it back. It's just a supply list, more of a project sheet. But I'm glad you could make this one. I did several videos today, so you'll be able to get lots of ideas for a lot of different cards, because there are all so many different colors in this DSP that it's just amazing all that you can do with it. And I love the pearls in the way they pick up the pinks and the blues that are in the paper and the collage. Excuse me, I need a sip of water real quick. It's dry here. Thank you, Kathy, for using the host code. I appreciate it. I'm so excited you've got this paper coming. And you'll get the video. I just dropped my little pearl. Here it is. I spy. With my little eye. Okay, we have one more pearl. Do we want it over here? Note here. up here. Where do we like it? I kind of want it over here, but I don't want it to look like it's coming out of the bird, if you know what I mean. I think we'll just stick with it too over here. Kind of go on different angles. What do you think of that? Thanks for making me smile. Isn't that cute? Sweet little bird on the inside. And I wouldn't mix and match the colors of the birds too much. This one is a different style of bird, but it has the same color family, color scheme. So just be careful when you're doing your card making with this DSP that you kind of pick color families, and they'll work together a lot better if you have just the coral and navy ones on coral and navy cards, the bubble bath and boho blue on one, you know, kind of like that. So, oh, good. I'm glad you like it, Kathy. Thank you. Hope you're doing better. I'm so happy to. Oops, I forgot to make the camera big again. I declare. Sorry. I meant to make myself a lot smaller and make the photo bigger, but I apologize. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching, and please share with your crafty friends. Just hit the share button, whether you're watching YouTube or if you're watching Facebook. Either way, you can share it. So thanks a lot. Y'all have a great weekend or week. Weekend's gone, isn't it? Have a great week. Fun times ahead.